I feel like shit.
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
It's just one of those
happy days. The weekend comes, the cycle runs.
It's just one of those days where you don't wanna wake up. Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is
Just knock it off, you scumfuckhead.
it's just one of those days. It's just one of
Monday,
those.
happy days.
It's just one of those.
Tuesday, happy days.
It's just one of those
Happy
days.
The weekend comes, the cycle runs. Ready to extend.
It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better you, cause I'm fucking up your program. And you go stuck up, you just locked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just,
I'm losing my cool.
it's all about
Monday, happy days.
it's just one of those,
Tuesday, happy days.
it's just one of those days.
The weekend comes, the cycle runs. Ready to extend.
Feel like shit. My suggestion is keep the distance. Right now I'm dangerous. Right now I'm dangerous.
Something's happening to the bonds.
My day keeps going this way and this way.
I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games.
Give me something great. Give me something great. I hope you know I pack a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw.
What?
So come and get it.
What we got here is a case of mistaken identity, you know? See, now this here,
Not Robert.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chief Moody, and welcome to episode 47 of the Mood of the Nation podcast. How is everyone doing this fine Thursday evening? Again, very cold at the moment. Of course, we're not officially now in December, so I guess I would say it would be very fair to say that everyone is allowed to put up their Christmas decorations and, of course, listening to Christmas music, since we're officially now in the month of December, the month of Christmas, of course. All right, so let me have a look and see who's in the chat. Of course, a lot of familiar faces as per usual. Again, appreciate you guys being here. The Chief Moody or the Mood of the Nation loyalists, if you will. Let me have a quick look and see who's in the chat. And also, just real quick, of course, a big shout out to a lot of people who shared the stream. Mark Collett, as per usual, with also Laura Tallard shared the stream. I believe PA Wales shared the stream as well as PA Eastern Region, I believe I've seen on Telegram as well. And also I think PA Talk channel has shared the stream as well. I think there have been other people who shared the stream during that time. I know they also posted the stream on the official PH channel on Telegram as well, which for that, thank you guys very much for doing so. I really do appreciate that. Of course, the more shares, the more likes, the better. Speaking of which, please hit that like button for tonight's episode. Of course, mainly for the algorithm purposes, so that my channel and the show does get out there for more people to see. I understand that YouTube is not really the best platform to to share your content on regarding to videos or live streams. But again, I'm only here just for the time being until my channel gets officially nuked. And when it does happen, I'll just move right over to Odyssey, of course, as the next source of platform to go on to. But anyway, let's have a look and see who's in the chat. We have Durham Fox, 6th like. Very, very good. Thank you very much, Durham Fox. I think there was someone before, because I did check out the stream before it went live a couple of hours ago, and I think Corona was there, posted a message saying like first or something along the lines, but again, appreciate the being there. We also have Gammon Sandwich, first, second, nothing matters until the gammon arrives. Indeed, that's very true, Gammon. So again, thank you very much for being here, and of course for being the moderator for the show. Really appreciate that. We have Jacob J4746, the toy I know. Even to you too, Jacob. Appreciate you being here. We also have Dockskin. I'm not sure all the frost happened, Darkskin. Appreciate you being here, man. I really appreciate you being here. We have Spiffy Acorn, evening to you too. I really appreciate you being here. I wonder if this is a reference to that trailer everyone's been talking about. I think it's, from what I remember, it's called Santa Inc., and it's going to be streaming on HBO Max this month, which is something, of course, I know Seth Rogen is a part of, Sarah Silverman is a part of. I think we all know the connecting factor of the types of people working on that production. But there we go. And I have seen, I didn't check out the trailer on YouTube in and of itself, but I have seen the screen caps of the like and dislike ratio of the trailer itself. More dislikes than likes, which of course is really funny to see. And also we've seen the comments section in terms of some screen caps that were captured, which a lot of them were pretty funny regarding to the comments themselves for the trailer. So really good stuff. We also have English Sailor. No elves on the trees this year. They are getting too mischievous. Indeed they are, English Sailor. Indeed they are. We also have Roscoe. How you doing, Roscoe? Thank you very much for watching the show. Of course, I also noticed that 31 people are watching. It was 32 before, but again, that's really good to see. Hopefully more people will be watching the show by the time we get to the halfway mark. Hopefully in this case, but we'll see. We shall see. Let me see here. We also have, of course, Amanda Lee. I have been out and about in shops today, really depressing as I was. The one not wearing a mask. Of course, especially with some recent news that's been happening, not just in Britain, but all across Europe. There's going to be mass lockdowns all across Europe. In fact, there was even some news that came out just today. In fact, Germany have now decided to put like strict lockdowns for the unvaccinated. I think also Austria has been doing that as well, which that's a very worrying sign, folks. Hopefully Britain doesn't follow suit. But again, Britain being Britain, with the current Tory government we're in just now, you can imagine that maybe some way or another, I don't doubt for a fact that there's going to be another lockdown. I think that's definitely going to happen at some point. Possibly, maybe like what they did the same way last year, where I think it was it? I think that the lockdown last year during December, I think it was on the 20th or the 23rd. So of course, just days before Christmas. So I wonder if maybe they might pull the same stunt like that last year, like for this year. But I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if another lockdown were to happen. But hopefully they don't follow suit the same path as Austria and also Germany. So, but again, we shall see. We'll need to wait and see, folks. Let me see here. We also have Budgie Burger, as per usual. How you doing? Rigor Mortis, evening to you too. Hope all is well. Well, thank you very much for that, Rigor Mortis. Everyone's doing fine and dandy, including myself. And also, hopefully, you're doing fine as well, Rigor Mortis. Appreciate you being here. We also have Canny Hinney, evening to you too. How you doing? And of course, we also have English Rose in the chat. Hello, everyone. I hope you all are very well. Same towards you, English Rose. Appreciate you being here as per usual. Of course, thank you very much. Roy Herbert, even to you too. Thank you very much for watching the show. We also have Kitchen Skillet, even to you too, Kitchen. I appreciate you being here. Let me see. I also brought my bottle of water just so that I don't get any sense of cotton mouth or anything like that at all during the show. So let me see. Ugly Truth, even to you too. Thank you very much for being here. Let me see. What's English Sailor saying here again? Lots of hateful stares and resentment today from the masked wankers. Well, like I said, there's like talks about another lockdown, and of course, people are even like praising, like really hoping the government will do something about like another lockdown. Like they're really gearing up for it, apparently. But I don't think a lot of people are taking the new variant that came out recently. The what was it called? The Omicron or something like that. I don't think a lot of people are taking it seriously. It sounds like something you would hear or see from Transformers, like an Autobot or Decepticon, wherever the they're meant to be called. But anyway, moving on from there. I think the people who want restrictions fall into two groups: the genuinely stupid who've been conned and the terminally lazy looking for extended Christmas leave. Very good point. Very good point. And I don't doubt that for a second, Gammon. I do not doubt that for a second. Of course, even again, Jacob, me and an intellectual in playlist. Nice. Yeah, I used that. I can't remember which episode I played that song, but I think it was meant to be talking about like LBC or a reaction to Sargon or something like that. But yeah, that song is specifically for people like Sargon or the Sith Nats or even the skeptic community, if that's even still a thing. But because they're the type of people who try to act all intelligent, but they come off as even bigger retards. But anyway, let me have a look and see here. Peter Walker is in the chat as well, as per usual. Thank you very much for watching the show. We also have Exile Viking. How you doing, brother? Evening Chief and fellow Moodsters. I really like that nickname for the viewers of not just Mood of the Nation, but my content overall, like Moodsters. I really do like that. So thank you very much, Exile Viking. Appreciate you being here. Let me see. Streaky Bacon, Chief Moody, good evening, Mucker. I love this Thursday show. Thank you very much, Streaky Bacon. I really appreciate your support and also for being on the show in the chat. I think that's me all up to date with the chat as well. Well, just real quick. We also have Bill Atheling. How you doing, Bill? Thank you very much for watching the show. I hope I do pronounce your last name right. Well, I know that I don't know if that's maybe your actual last name, but I appreciate you being here as well. So, Chief, going to send you a link on your Telegram to celebrate the toy. I knowing. Fair enough, Jacob. I'll actually have a quick look at that just now and see if you posted that already, just so I know. Oh, here we go. From Odyssey. I'll give that a watch later on and I'll see. But thank you for that, Jacob. I appreciate that. So let's see here. Toby Radley, Merry Christmas to you too, Toby, even though it's a bit early. But again, I appreciate the Christmas spirit, so thank you very much for that. We're in Advent. Good. Yeah, of course, being the 2nd of December. December 21st, winter solstice. Days start drawing out again after that. Fair enough. So it's going to be much, much darker, of course. Hi Tower 005. How you doing, sir? Thank you very much for watching the show. Of course, we have English Rose saying love the arrow pointing to her avatar saying loves Christmas. So that I can understand that, English Rose. I would say I love Christmas as well. Mainly like the old school way of loving Christmas in terms of appreciating your friends, your family, getting together for Christmas, and of course, especially for Christmas dinner. Especially if it's meant to be like turkey or chicken, that's really good stuff. Although, to be fair, I do prefer Hogmanay or New Year's Eve dinner, or even like the day after, where it's like homemade steak pie. Oh, that's like the best, in my opinion. But that's just me. I guess I'm a major fan of steak pie, but anyway. Another thing also to point out regarding to Christmas, is it just me, but am I the only person here, or maybe some people might agree in the chat, but I tend to think that I get a lot more, what's the term people normally use, like, not bah humbug, I know that's a saying from what's the name of that character from A Christmas Carol? I think it's Charles Dickens. Scrooge. I keep thinking that's Uncle Scrooge from DuckTales, but the old Disney character. Is it Scrooge or is it something completely different? But anyway, the reason why I point that out is mainly because I think Christmas has become, or pretty much is already, too corporate nowadays. It's no longer about the spirit of Christmas and spending time, with your family and loved ones. Obviously appreciating what you still have at the moment, and being there for each other and enjoying each other's company. To me, it's no longer about that. It's now about what's the latest item that's out at the moment, whether it be a new iPhone or a new tablet or anything like that at all, or a new games console like the PS5 or anything like that at all. And it's like, I need to get that for Christmas, like I must get that. And it's so corporate nowadays, and it's so sad. But then don't get me wrong, I still love Christmas, but it's the corporate aspect I really detest at this point. I really do hate that strongly. Yes, as a reference, fair enough. If eventually even Odyssey kicks everyone off the platform, the street with a soapbox and the megaphone will be the platform of choice. No, that's very true. That is very true. I know there's some places some places in the UK, especially in London, like Speaker's Corner, that was like the place of free speech in that area. But considering the times we're living in just now, you can imagine that that's going under fire at this point, if that's even the right term. But anyway, all the comments under the preview video were using elves and toy. I see. The comments were honestly some of the funniest shit I've ever read. English Rose, the elf cries out in pain as he strikes you. Very true, very true. Let me see. Jojo Gizmo, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. It's a great song, Chief. Highly recommend listening to the video I linked. I'll definitely give that a listen, and we'll see, and we shall see from there. So, let me see here. Toby Radley, Elf Singleton. Adam Darnell, how you doing, Adam? Thank you very much for watching the show, and of course, good evening to you too. Let me see here. I couldn't care less. No guilt, only pride. How you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. I've been threatened with the sack for not wearing a mask. Then again, I am the country's leading brain surgeon, truth be told. For Point Streaky Bacon, always stand your ground when it comes to that. Always stand your ground. England and Wales might not go so mad with lockdown, but you can see the SNP will do the opposite and be like Austria and Germany. They feel about the EU. Oh, of course, they have a huge boner for the EU, no matter what. So whatever the EU is doing, of course, they will follow suit because it's the SNP. They want to make themselves out to be, oh, we're part of the European Union, even though we're part of the British Union, but they're icky and ews, But we want to be independent, but then go back to the European Union, which defeats the whole purpose of Scotland becoming an independent state or nation. Well, never mind that. We're SNP. We're all about Europe at the end of the day. So, but anyway, when did the elves get exclusive rights to call it the? Oh God! Thanks, Gammon. Thank you. The SNP are by far the most power-hungry party in the UK. I definitely would agree to that. Omnicon, yes, I definitely agree with that. Well, there's already people, I think there's some pictures or posts I've seen on Telegram and elsewhere of people claiming that Omicron is like an anagram for moronic. And I don't know if that's meant to be correct or not, but they put the words side by side. They kind of linked them up together. They're like, was it 7 letters? Yeah, 7 letters, yeah. But exactly the same amount. And it adds up to that. So, of course, I don't want to come off as like a conspiracy theorist when it comes to that, but it's it really says a lot when both words are the same letters, and of course they line together perfectly to that. So, just pointing that out. I just think that's really interesting. But anyway, good evening, all. Great to hear you had a. Good to hear you had a shitty day. The stream will sort me out. Sorry to hear that you had a really shitty day. English weather. Hopefully the stream will cheer you up regarding to that. So, yeah, the moronic variant. So it's from pseudonym. Or the moronic variant. Oh, there we go. Auto Zogs roll out. Dear. Dear. Let me see. I want to be a Moodstar. Do we get a badge and club membership? That's actually a really good question, English Rose, because I know on YouTube there's a lot of channels. In fact, I think even No Chance even recently did that as well. that you can sign up to like some kind of like membership or something like that for the channel, but that's only, and you get like some exclusive content from like content creators like myself. I don't know if I might want to do that at some point in the future. Again, that only depends on if my channel is still up and not yeeted off of YouTube. But I actually don't know if maybe if Odyssey might be doing something similar to that. But I would say at the moment, you're subscribed to my channel, you watch my content on a regular basis, especially when it comes to Mood of the Nation. I would think it would be fair to say that you're already a mood star, so there you go. So hopefully that might be a good thing to hear from a lot of people. But anyway, so moving on. Being called a mood star, good nickname, excellent. Thank you very much for that. So I think it'd be fair to say calling all of my subscribers mood stars. That would be pretty neat. So anyway, Exile Viking, you're welcome, Amanda Lee. Hope you're having a good day. As a response to Amanda Lee, that's fine. Ugly Truth, it's so cold down here. The flame on my lighter froze. Oh, that sounds really bad then. Christmas is great. Nothing beats having ham with a fam. Excellent stuff. Good Dogskin, excellent stuff. Yeah, Scrooge, of course. Ebenezer. Let's see. Cold haggis on Boxing Day. That actually does sound really nice. Right. Ebenezer Scrooge. Right. That does ring a bell. Right. Excellent. That's fine. Thank you for the clarification, chat. I really do appreciate that. 3 Scrooges. Bah humbug. Yeah. that's where the reference is coming up with that. Excellent. We also have Henry Hill in the chat. How you doing, Henry Hill? Thank you very much for watching the show. From Dogskin again. As Seth Rogen would say, we are the magic behind this day. Sure, more like Black Talmudic magic. All I want for Christmas is a family not arguing for a day. No, that's very fair, Spiffy Acorn. That's very fair. Friday of Color is a scam. I like the build-up to Christmas the best. I detest the corporate aspect all year round. That's very fair with that. I think with Christmas, to me, it's like the worst for it because that's where people usually buy a lot of presents and all of that. So Speaker's Corner has been took over by Islamists. Well, there you go. So really sad, but true. Consumerism kills tradition, which is the whole point of it. Exactly that, Gammon Sandwich. Christmas is about giving, not receiving. Exactly. That's the whole point of Christmas. Thank you, Rory. Thank you. Black Fridays matter. I dream of an elf-free Christmas. We must secure. Oh God, Turbo. We must secure the existence of Santa and the future for a white Christmas. So there you go. There you go. Excellent stuff. Let me see. Tish. Let me see. Good evening. Oh, G. Baldwin, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. There was a 1963 Italian movie called The Omicron Variant. Interesting. That's really interesting. Let me I'll have a quick look at that. Hold on. The Omicron Variant. See if that's correct in that. Let's see. And also 1963. Oh, I see. That's really interesting. Yeah, it was from 1963. It's an Italian-made film. Really interesting. Really interesting. And even there's an article here that just came out yesterday. Internet users discovered 1963 sci-fi movie entitled Omicron Variant. Yeah, let's have a quick look at this. I won't share the article, but Omicron, right. So this was 1963. Amid variant panic. Okay, emerged in South Africa. Okay, yep. Interesting. Well, if you guys want to have a check this out, I'll just post the link in the chat for the article itself. So, because that's not like an article I want to cover this fine evening. But if you want to check out yourselves, either now or later on, then there you go. So, Killing Angels, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. Appreciate you being here. May all your Christmases be white. Excellent. Fixed that. Can't see the dislikes. Sorry. Who hasn't pressed like? Shillow's grift. Sorry, folk. My men, folk home. I had better feed them. Catch it all on Sunday. No worries, Amanda Lee. Appreciate you being here. Of course, feeding your family is much more important. But again, I appreciate you being here. So, yeah, I'm officially a mid-stirric social climate. Indeed, that English Rose. Indeed, that. Let me see here. Right, perfect. I think I'm all up to date with the chat anyway, so that's good to see. Excellent. What a coincidence. Yep, definitely what a coincidence. Bus driver here went past a couple of lassies because they didn't have mask on in Durham. That's really shitty, that. What's the next? The Andromeda strain. Well, there was a joke I made actually throughout this week about that. Damn it. I was going to say it as well, but it might come back to me at some point. I don't know. Yeah, I can't say at the moment. It might come back to me, but it was something that I did kind of came up with. But what was the reference though? That's the thing. Anyway, sorry. We're about almost half an hour into the show already. That's actually crazy. I cannot believe it's been like a half an hour in. But let's just get right into the show itself with the first for the topic at hand, and it's something I know that people have already talked about within our circles and all of that. It's been talked about since the 22nd of November, and even just mentioning the date, I would imagine people would know what exactly I'm on about here, what I'm talking about in terms of that date. So let me just get the first article in question. And then there's going to be a second article that does tie into the topic itself. So brace yourselves, folks. And I know that there's going to be some anger towards this topic at hand. Let me just share the screen real quick, and I'll get to this part here. Let's see, 45 people watching the show. Excellent stuff. And it's this one right here. Waukesha Christmas Parade. Suspect Daryl Brooks Jr. says he feels demonized. So before we actually read the article itself, let's have a look into the video that we got here just now. So 56 seconds long. I don't know if there's any sound, but I'll just get this sorted out. So anyway, 3, 2, 1. Well, let me just read this real quick. The man accused of driving an SUV into a crowd gathered for a Waukesha Christmas parade in November said he felt dehumanized, which I find it funny how they're saying that they're pointing it as like accused of driving, despite the fact there's clear enough evidence that yes, he in fact did this, but no, that's not important apparently. But anyway, moving on. Daryl Brooks Jr., 39, killed 6 people and injured dozens more when he intentionally drove an SUV through barricades and into a crowd of people on November 21st. He faces 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide in the deaths of Jackson Sparks, age 8, Tamara Durand, age 52, Jane Kulich, 52, Leanna Owen, 71, Virginia Sorensen, 79, and Wilhelm Hospital, 81. So a lot of the victims of this attack were much older people, except for Jackson Sparks, who was age 8, which, of course, absolutely horrible that this were to happen. And my heart goes out to many of the families that have been affected by this, including the ones who have had to have their loved ones die because of this horrible event. And I honestly, I've not even read through the article just yet, but even just hearing people, and of course this scumbag saying that they felt dehumanized, I'll continue on and then we'll get on from there. So. This is from what he said. I just feel like I'm being. I said, hold on, wait, what? I just feel like I'm being monster dehumanized. You mean a monster? You know, fucking hell. See these people with grammars. It's or even like the waves of speech is unbelievable. Brooks said during an interview. In November, a judge ordered Brooks held on a $5 million bail. I wonder if the sound might be a bit. Hold on. The judge cited a criminal history that includes arrests in Wisconsin, Nevada, and Georgia. Oh, don't worry, we will get to that. I do have another article from the New York Post that definitely clarifies of the amount of arrests that includes pedophilia, or even sex trafficking for that matter, which we will definitely cover that shortly. So, again, brace yourselves for that one, folks. And that was the end of that video. Let me see here. I hope it's not moving on to the next case, but moving on from there. So this article was actually posted today at 9:28 Eastern Standard Time. Let's have a look at this right now. So, Waukesha, Wisconsin. The man accused of driving an SUV into a crowd gathered for the Waukesha Christmas parade last month, killing 6 people and injuring dozens more, said he felt dehumanized in his first public comments after his arrest, according to Fox News. Authorities arrested Darrell Brooks Jr., age 39, after police said he intentionally drove an SUV through barricades and into a crowd of people on November 21st. He faces 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide in the deaths of course, the victims we mentioned just now. Moving on from there. Brooks spoke Wednesday to Fox News Digital in a virtual visit at Waukesha County Jail. The news network described him as a calm and lucid, and said, or calm and lucid. He said he took his time to answer questions from reporters, to which he said, "I just feel like I'm being monster dehumanized," he told Fox News. At one point during the interview, after reporters told him that his mother had released a statement criticizing the criminal justice system for failing him, the news station reported that he walked away and sounded as if he began to cry. Cry me a river, I would say to that, in honesty, with regard to that. Brooks is a registered sex offender in Nevada and had been out on bond after allegedly running over a woman in a domestic incident at the time of the November 21st crash, CNN reported. Citing court records in a pre-trial risk assessment following his arrest in the domestic incident, officials warned that he was very high risk for committing a new crime. Still, his bond was explicitly set at $1,000, which I think that's far too low, especially what he's capable of doing or what he has done in the past. An amount the district attorney's office has since called inappropriately low, of course. Last month, a judge ordered Brooks held on a $5 million bail bond, citing a criminal history that includes arrests in Wisconsin, Nevada, and Georgia. Brooks remained jailed Thursday morning. So this was this article. Of course, there's a couple more articles I want to go through in this case, which is absolutely just sickening. So he is barely human. Oops, sorry, this popped up. One sec. So no surprises there. Of course, no surprises there whatsoever. For him to be dehumanized would indicate he was human in the first place, something this wretched creature could never be. Exactly, English Rose. Exactly that. Indigenous Advocate, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. The 12-year-old girl who was stabbed to death in Liverpool last week, the 4 youths all came from Toxteth. I have heard about that, which I haven't got the chance to see that story completely, but I'll definitely have a look at that at some point, and possibly maybe even talk about that in a future episode, maybe for Sunday's episode, if there's more news that come out of that as well. But thank you for pointing that out, Indigenous Advocate. Really appreciate that. Where was our Rittenhouse? Good question. Good question. Lost my internet there for a while. No worries, Rory. Thank you very much for being back. Best MJ had already paid it. Well, that's actually a very good point to bring that up, because apparently he has been, well, it's not paroled, but it's something completely different. Someone basically paid the bail, from what I've heard. But I'll definitely come to that in just a second. This asshole made me want to Fed post. How do you guys deal with it? Well, you just have to move forward regarding to that, of course. But and I know that may be hard, and I know that it's really just it's a horrible thing to think about regarding to that. But let me just get on to the next part here, which is the next article. Let me have a look here and see. Like I said, it's the article from the New York Post. I'll get to that in just a short second. Right, okay, 1 sec. Copy that and paste it into here, and then get on to sharing the screen. Onto here, and it should be loading up just now. Oh, there we go, perfect. Let's see, Antelope Hill Publishing, never mind that just now. Get onto here. Right, okay. Close that just now. Waukesha suspect Darrell Brooks is a convicted sex offender. This was published on the 22nd of November, so of course a few weeks back. The suspect in the deadly Christmas parade attack in Waukesha, Wisconsin, is a convicted sex offender who fathered a child with a 15-year-old girl, record shows. Just more and more stuff that comes out about this absolute cesspit of a man. And I use that term loosely in terms of man. It's unbelievable. And actually, I just want to also make like a quick message to anyone who's like a leftist or anyone like that at all defending this piece of shit. You might want to rethink that, especially all the stuff about this guy that came out. You really might want to rethink the type of people you might want to defend or anything like that. So, Darrell Brooks, 39, was convicted in 2006 for having consensual sex with a teenage girl in Nevada who later gave birth to his child, according to the Washoe County Sheriff's Office. I hope I pronounced that right. He pleaded guilty and was placed on probation. The suspect was busted in 2016 for failing to register as a sex offender. He was released on bail but failed to show up to court, leading to a warrant being issued for his arrest. Brooks is listed as non-compliant due to failure to register or update his personal information, such as address and employer, according to records from the Nevada Sex Offender Registry. Let me see here more with the article itself. He was arrested in 2016 but jumped bail and has had a warrant out for his arrest since. Law enforcement believed him to be in Wisconsin but could not confirm it. Brooks was arrested and charged with 5 counts of intentional homicide in Sunday's deadly attack, which killed 5 people, injured at least 48 more. He allegedly drove his SUV into a Christmas parade in the city while fleeing another crime. See, even just there's another point to be made about during this case. I love how some people were trying to make it out as if like, oh, he was fleeing from another crime, so he didn't mean to injure all those people. Like, I don't give a fuck what happened before that parade attack. The point here is the attack still happened. And he has a history of anti-white statements he has made in the past. Another point to be made as well that he's also like a wannabe rapper, and there are some raps that were out. I don't know if you can still find them on YouTube or any other places, but they were there. And what I find really funny about this whole thing was during this whole case, all the raps that were on YouTube, I think it was on his actual YouTube account, but they're no longer there, which is really suspect considering that fact. But anyway, we'll move on from there. So he had been set free earlier this month after making a $1,000 bail on a domestic violence charge from November 2nd. Brooks allegedly punched the mother of his child and ran her over with his car in a parking lot fight. The Milwaukee District Attorney's Office admitted Monday the bail was inappropriately low given his criminal history. Brooks had another pending case in Milwaukee from last July, in which he's charged with reckless endangerment and illegal possession of a firearm, according to court documents. He had allegedly fired a gun during an argument with his nephew. That's man. And what's even more messed up about this, folks, is that there are people that are actually defending this guy. We do live in a fucking clown world at the moment, folks. Anyway, his bail was reduced from $10,000 to $7,500, but he remained in custody with his trial scheduled to begin in February. When his demand for a speedy trial could not be met, the case was adjourned and his bail lowered to $500, which he posted on February 21st. What an absolute joke. What an absolute fucking joke that is. So this article was mainly about his past criminal history before the attack that happened, which it really goes to show just what a massive piece of shit this guy really is. And the fact that there's people out there that are actually defending this guy because, I don't know, because he's black, I'm assuming. Well, of course, BLM were trying to defend him for what I remember seeing, and it's really speaks major volumes the type of people we're dealing with here. So anyway, so let's see if I can get back onto the main screen real quick. And I think there was another article that I did had up for this case, but let's have a look and see from there. Right. Okay. Let me see if I can get that back up here as well. And then we'll see from there. Right, okay. I don't know why it's not popping up for some reason, but it should be, but damn. Right, what I'll do, folks, is if you don't mind me doing so, I'm just going to put myself on a 5-minute break. Or no, not 5 minutes, sorry, but just like a small break, just so I can find this article real quick. I really shouldn't be too long, but what I'll do is I'll just pop up a video, again, just so that there's something to watch in the meantime. So let me have a look and see what to play here at the very moment. Actually, I know what I can play. I wonder if it's actually logged into my Odyssey on here. Hold on a second. It should be. Yeah, it is. Right, that's perfect. Right, okay. 1 second, folks. I'll play this video, and then while you guys are watching it, I'll see if I can find the article in question. So let me see here. It should be here. It definitely should be here. Let's see. Okay, 1 sec. Sorry, folks. If you could bear with me just for 1 second, it definitely should be here. Let me see. It definitely should be there. Okay. Right, but there was a recent one. Where is it? Is this one? Right, okay, perfect. This was uploaded 3 days ago from Sam. Perfect. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just play the PA Yorkshire take to the streets and Hull, and then I'll see if I can find that article again. So let me see here. I'll play that just now. I know this video was played on Tea Time with Sam and Laura this past Monday, just so that you guys can watch something and then, just like a short intermission. I'll see if I can find the other article during this case. Quick, everyone hide. Dear. Let's see. Good one. Good one. Ugly Truth. Right. So share screen with that again. Sharing this one. Yes. Tab audio. Yes, definitely do so. Right. Okay. Right. Perfect. So I'll get to that real quick. Okay, so that's shared on that screen there. So what to do is, if you bear with me just now with a short intermission, I'll let you guys watch this video real quick, and I'll be back with you just a moment. So thank you, and I'll be back. 1 sec.
full of Hull. I come to you today from Patriotic Alternative. A dark cloud has been cast across this city, far darker than the ones above us today. This week we heard of how girls are being raped by gangs of non-whites in this very city. Girls as young as 9, perpetrators numbering in the hundreds. Last week, a Black Lives Matter fanatic ran over children and the elderly at a Christmas parade in America. 2 weeks ago, we narrowly missed the Remembrance Day massacre by a refugee bomber in Liverpool. People joined the dots in these attacks. The victims were all white, targeted because of their race. The motive of these attackers is clear, and they've been enabled and encouraged by the anti-white regime under which we live. People have been warning of these abuses for decades. They were ignored. The anti-whites speak of white privilege, while the rape of our children becomes normalised. Just another day in multicultural utopia. Instead of justice for these abhorrent crimes, you get a parliamentary hearing for a non-white cricketer who got called names 10 years ago. If this is the price of multiculturalism, we refuse to pay it. This is not our country anymore. This is a country geared towards our replacement, ruled by financial powers and a corrupt political elite that see us, white people, as an obstacle to be destroyed. Turn on the TV and you'll see the future that they want, white erasure. I know you see it too. By 2066, we're estimated to be less than 50% of this country, our homeland. To look at Christmas adverts, you wouldn't know it would be happening today. This is no accident. This is intentional, malicious, and we know the names of those working against us. Britons must come together as a group to defend ourselves, our country, and our future. To coalesce around what it is they fear the most, our race. They cannot subvert white as they have culture, creed, or politics. As long as British men and women draw breath, we stand up for our people. Patriotic Alternative is here today. Join us in this fight for our future.
This conference has probably been defined by two things: strength in the face of adversity and the exceptionally high quality of our speakers. However, I have to say, we have probably saved the best till last. Now, we all know who is the last speaker. It's Laura Towler. And And Laura doesn't really need an introduction, and we are short on time, but she's going to get one anyway. Laura is the most competent, resilient, and passionate person I have ever met in my life. And during my life, I have a long list of mistakes that I have made. But one thing which certainly wasn't a mistake, in fact, possibly the best decision, or one of the best decisions I ever made, was appointing Laura as my deputy, because she truly is the best of what we have to offer.
Back on here real quick. That's me back, folks. Sorry about that. Just looking at the last part in terms of this overall topic. Now, it's not an article per se. I thought it was something like an article related, but it turns out it wasn't. So it is something that's been shared a lot around Twitter, and especially on Telegram. But in terms of who exactly was it that bailed Daryl Brooks in the first place? Well, it was a woman by the name of Holly Zoller. So that's Zoller. So we do have something like that here. Now, there was a big thread on Twitter, but I did try to see if I can actually get that point out for the show. But for some reason, it's no longer there anymore, which is really surprising and really eyebrow-raising, of course. I see a lot of other people join the show as well, so let's have a look. We have Kerr. How you doing, Kerr? From PA Young Scots. How you doing, Kerr? Thank you very much for watching the show. We also have Pick and Gas 1972. How you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. Sam is dedicated, decent man. Met him last year. Yes, they're very dedicated people. Very dedicated, of course. Sam is a hero and a man to look up to. Indeed, he is. English Rose. Indeed, he is. I love his passion. Go on, Sam. Love that man. Yes, very, very happy and lucky to have someone like Sam on our side when it comes to PA. Very, very, very good stuff. And indeed, Corona. Indeed, Laura plus Sam equals power couple. Indeed, they are. They are the nationalist power couple. It's a great lady. We're fortunate she's fighting for us. And indeed, that's very true. Laura is lovely too. And I would agree, English Rose. I would agree to that. PA is blessed with strong and inspirational leaders all around. That's very true, Bill. Very true. Let me see here. John Erolzon, 14. How you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. Let me see. Censorship, in full effect on mainstream media outlets. Oh, indeed it is. Gamma Sandwich, indeed it is. So let me see if I can share this somewhat thread. Stop sharing that real quick and then share this whole. Garlic Gorilla, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. Appreciate you being here. Doesn't seem too long ago you would see a jogger and think taken. Now it's reversed. Well, here we go. I got this. It's not the thread that was shared around, but it's something similar to that fact. From Truth Seeker, Holly Zoller, who was responsible for the Waukesha attacker being bailed out of jail, was the same woman with the U-Haul handing out shields to Antifa. Well, look at this. This girl gets around. I guess it's just a coincidence, right? As you can see, there's an image of that there. Let me see. Let me have a look at this article from AntifaWatch.net. First name Holly, last name Zoller, approx age 36. Holly Zoller is a bail disruptor for the Bail Project, a left-wing organization that pays bail for accused suspects. The Bail Project has received $10 million per year from the Audacious Project, a $250 million charity initiative from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. That's really interesting, that, isn't it? The Skull Foundation and the Dalio. I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but anyway, you can see it there. So Holly has also identified herself as Antifa and was present at Charlottesville in 2017, where she apparently broke her leg. She is also a member of Anti-Racist Action, also known as Torch Network, which is a militant communist group whose members include Maoists. No surprise there. Holly was also the center of the infamous U-Haul incident in Louisville, Kentucky in September of 2020 during the protests and the aftermath of the Breonna Taylor case. Twitter and 4chan users were able to track down the U-Haul truck filled with signs with far-left slogans and symbols, helmets, gloves, etc. that was being distributed two protesters back to being rented by Holly Zoller. One person called her pretending to work for U-Haul, and she confirmed that indeed that was the case. Indeed, her who rented the truck and distributed the supplies, but maintained she did nothing illegal to do so. Right. Okay. Keep telling yourself that, sweetheart. Holly was later arrested, and the truck she rented was taken into police custody. Kentucky court, 2 cases. Oh, no, sorry. Hold on one second. Maybe there's something. Oh, sorry. Holly was later arrested, and the truck she rented was taken into police custody. Kentucky court, 2 cases active. She is named the defendant, Zoller Hall, and then, of course, there's a case record with that as well. And of course, there's this image right here. There's the stuff with that. Hold on one second. Prior to joining TBP, Holly owned a gardening company, worked as a sous chef, and as a professional organizer. Holly lives in Louisville with her 3 daughters. Where's the father? I don't know if that maybe just me, but I love how it just says just lives with her 3 daughters. Well, where's the father exactly? And by the way, what a mother figure, by the way, I must add. Instead of actually being at home and taking care of her family and actually going out to work, providing for her family, to be fair, or to be honest, I think it would be better with like a father figure being in their life, but of course, let's just ignore that fact. You gotta love the fact that how someone like her pretty much would just go out of her way to just not really looking after her children, but instead will just commit such degenerate acts like this. But anyway, let's see here. From there, Holly Zoller injured in Charlottesville, Virginia. Let's see, there are more images of that there. Potentially associated reports. East Coast Network leadership weapons. Oh, Jesus. In this report, missing submit with that. Right, well, there you go. So, if you want to figure out who exactly bailed Daryl Brooks, and of course that horrible attack happened, you might want to blame this bitch for that. So, if you also want to have a look into the article more thoroughly, so I'll just post it in the chat as well, just in case some people in the chat may want to have a look into the article themselves. So there you go. So anyway, Twitter account that had a good thread about Zoller seems to have been terminated. Yeah, that was the one I also tried to look into as well, Rigor Mortis. But as I said earlier on, the thread itself is no longer there on Twitter, which should raise some mighty eyebrows regarding to that. You know, well, that really speaks a lot of volumes regarding to that, of course. But anyway, I think what I'll do is I'd go for it. But anyway, sorry, what I was just going to say, I'm just looking at something in the chat just now. But anyway, I'll just move on from there. So I think I'll move on to that topic. I think overall what I can say about the whole thing is that the guy was an absolute scumbag, Daryl Brooks. Anyone who defends this piece of shit, I think need to really reevaluate themselves regarding to that. But anyway, moving on from there, I'll move on to something complete. Well, I guess you could say it would be COVID related regarding to that. But anyway, it's something I've seen earlier on when I was at work, which is actually kind of funny to mention that, because apparently Hope Not Hate reported. Well, not reported, but mentioned something about, during our article where we have exposed these social influencers and all of that, we can also confirm that they've also been fired from their jobs. Well, funny thing that they said that, because I've not been asked about that. I've not been pulled up or anything like that at all. I still have a job, so there you go. Hope Not Hate, once again, you done goofed. But anyway, moving on from there. So it was something that came to my attention earlier on from LBC. More specifically, it was a segment that was hosted by Nick Ferrari. Now, I know some people in the chat might know that name, which of course, and I have a sneaking suspicion that people might have already seen this already. But let's have a look at this all just now, and then we'll comment it afterwards. So I don't trust anyone who has not been banned from Shitter. You know, I don't blame you, Ugly Truth. And honestly, with the new CEO that's been implanted into Twitter, I wouldn't be surprised at some point if my Twitter account does officially get yeeted off. But anyway, so I'll see if I can get to the next part here. So I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need that. Nah, I don't need the article anymore. That's fine. What I do need, though, I also don't need this anymore. That's fine. Right. Well, let me start off with this because it kind of ties into the overall topic for what we're going to talk about next. It's also something that I did mention earlier on, but it's from LBC, so bear with me here. Let me see just now. From LBC, Germany bans unvaccinated from pubs and restaurants, and mandatory jabs could follow. So we did briefly talk about this at the start of the show, but they really are gunning for the unvaccinated at this point. They really are gunning for us a lot. So, as I mentioned on the show before, I've not been vaccinated. I refuse to be vaccinated because I don't really, even that. Just seen a quick comment from English Rose. Even I, wrong button. Even I got banned from Twitter. Rude. Oh dear. Let's see. But in all seriousness, they really are going for the unvaccinated. And as I mentioned, I've not been vaccinated. Still refuse to be vaccinated because I don't trust it. So I think it's really going to come to a point where they're really going to try and push this even harder for people who have refused to be vaccinated regarding to that. So let me see. That Hope Not Hate article was a masterpiece of lies and desperation. I don't think most normies would even read it, let alone know about it. To me, you're still Chief Moody regardless. So, I appreciate that, Exile Viking. I really do appreciate that comment. So, but no, I do agree with that. The article itself does come off as incredibly desperate on their part. And I know I might have mentioned this already, but it's true though. It does come off as like the October conference happened. A lot of the people on the left were trying to make a point about how it was cancelled and we stopped PA from having their conference. Never mind the fact that it went on ahead, and there's video and photograph of this to basically provide that. So and it completely flat on their faces regarding to that. And then of course, Hope Not Hate came on. I guess they must have got incredibly butthurt because of it. And it went on from there. So then, of course, that article came out. So yeah, definitely reeks of pure desperation with that. So, but no, but for that comment, Exile Viking, I appreciate that. So really do appreciate that. Let me see here. Oh yeah, so we'll move on from there, and I'll get on to the Twitter message from Nick Ferrari in just a short second. So let's have a look here. Copy that. And get back onto here. Right, okay. Paste that here. Now, there's also a video we can also have a look into as well. Well, as a tweet, as a video with that. Nick Ferrari, is it time to find the vaccine refuser? So let's have a gander at this from this blubbering mess of a fucking man. But anyway. That's good to hear, Rigor Mortis. They write, I'm joining PA because of the Hope Not Hate article. Well, that's good. That's really good to hear. Really happy that you've decided to become a member of PA because of that. So, really good to see. Really good to see. Right, let me have a look and see if I can get to this article. There's Jabba himself. Let's see. So full screen the shit.
£300 in March.
Hold on. You wait for your fucking turn. Anyway, let's see here. The audio here, and just play.
We've tried the education. We've tried the carrot. We now move to the stick. If it takes time now, the time to find people, great. Let's start. Let's never go €100. Make it £100, right? And it starts. And I tell you what, it's not 60, but let's make it 40 and above, starting on Monday. Okay. Now, if we come round, knock on the door, and you can show on your phone, or you've got a letter or something, you've got an appointment, that's fine. But if you willfully oppose now, you're 40 and above, £100 fine in December, £100 fine in January, £200 in February, £300 in March, By the end of the year, you'll be spending about £1,000, and that might cut through your ignorance.
Oh, go
Well, it's an
fuck
idea, isn't
yourself.
it? I don't know what you think of it.
Oh, I fucking hate that crap. I'm sorry, but I detest that motherfucker. What a smug fucking douchebag. Oh, well, the more that you decide not to pay the fine, it's going to get even bigger and bigger and bigger. What a fucking oh my god. Right, okay. Anyway, moving on from there. What an absolute piece of shit of a guy. The sheer audacity of what, and of course, I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those people who's like a plant for the establishment to say this kind of stuff. But oh my god, just Nick, you're a bit of a oh man. He need well. All mainstream media is poison. Well, it is. I do agree with that, but it's the sheer smugness from this prick. Like, oh, this is going to sort out the unvaccinated. Like, how about just the fact of my body, my choice? You know, that's probably the same statement that like fucking losers like Nick Ferrari would say when it comes to like sex workers. Well, if they want to do it, it's their body and therefore their choice. Oh, it's like, okay, well, why is it that you would never make that same exact argument when it comes to people and the vaccine? Oh, it's probably because you're part of the plan of the plan. You're basically part of the plan for people to be vaccinated for whatever reason. I don't know. People may have their reasons for it, but fine away. I'll never pay in 1,000 years. Good stuff, Gavin. Good stuff. 100% he's paid to save that stuff. Exactly, Corona. Exactly. Quick one from Bill. Chief Moody, I play a game when driving. How long can I stand to listen to normal radio before my piss begins to boil? My record is about 2 minutes. I would definitely. I would say I would like to try play that game, but I don't think I would manage, to be quite honest. But let's see. Good question, Henry Hill. Whatever happened to antibodies and herd immunity? Well, I guess that narrative has been swept under the rug, but I guess it never worked. But anyway, so and this virus has a worse outcome for the overweight. Well, that's a very good point regarding to Nick Ferrari, but the less said about that, the better. Need a PA swear box for funding future projects. You know what? I agree with that, Exile Viking. I'd be very happy if there'd be something like that for someone like myself, because I know that I can. I don't know if I would be the. Well, in terms of being a member of Patriotic Alternative, I don't know if I would be the worst for swearing, but anyway, but I don't know if maybe there's someone in PA who may be worse than me for swearing, but I don't know. Hopefully, I might take the crown for the most swears being used in a live stream or video or anything to do with that. But that's beside the point, of course. That's beside the point. Let me see here. And thoroughly unpleasant man. Who are you to decide on the bodily autonomy? No, of course. Fair point. English rules. Fair point. What happened? Oh, I've just read that one as well. Why should you all be expected to have a vaccine that needs to be updated more than the fucking Call of Duty? Good point. Good point, Dogskin. Good point. Let me see here. Oh, Gorilla. Nick Ferrari has an air of Jay Savile about him. I don't know if I want to go that far, but it's your point. It's your point. If they make COVID vaccine compulsory, I will shit in my police cell and smear my own filth all over the walls if they arrest me. If we all do it, the arrest will stop. Good point, Indigenous Advocate. Good point. Let me see here. How does his vaccination require my vaccination in order to work? Feckin' Egypt. Well, it's the same argument used when this whole vaccination first started. You know, there's a lot of people who've been vaccinated. There's a lot of people who have not been vaccinated, including people like myself. And all the people who've been vaccinated, like, whoa, you need a vaccination because it's going to protect people. It's like, okay, then why the fuck do you care then? You've been vaccinated. Why do you want me to have to be vaccinated? Or, you know, it's the same song and dance we've been hearing for no matter what, but it's ridiculous. They want the same same way as common sense and free speech for white people. Exactly. There has been no antibody testing, and there is very little data on it. There you go. Hello, Noel. How you doing? Thank you very much for watching. Folk. Tola smears impressively. Well, there you go. I think maybe Tola and I might be neck and neck when it comes to swearing on streams, but I don't know. Of course I might be joking, but maybe there might be some like a competition, like who swears the most between Tola and myself. But who knows? We definitely shall see. Future PA streams should just mine crypto from the swearing in chat. I think that'd be very beneficial for a lot of the viewers, of course. Is he live tonight? Tola is on tonight at 9 p.m. I thought he streams on a Friday night. Wait a minute. I know that Wes will be live on Nefarious on D Live tonight. And hopefully that's still going. Hold on one sec. I thought... Let me just double check for Tola. Because I thought he streams on a Friday. I didn't think he'd be streaming tonight. Or if it's meant to be for like a completely different stream he's doing. But hold on one sec. Let me just have a quick look at that here. And then see. Yeah, Friday. The Ayatollah's Friday night dinner live, number 56, no guest. That's tomorrow at 9 p.m. Right. So maybe it's for a completely different stream, I'm assuming. Hold on one sec. Damn it. Removed by the uploader. Right. Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. Right. Okay. Never mind that. Anyway, we'll just move on from there. So, but there you go. So we'll definitely check out Wesley or Wes, who'd be streaming on Nefarious later on tonight. And can I just use? I would be the biggest swearer if I was a member. I swear in multiple languages, and the funds would double and triple. Fair enough. Yes, must say when I got involved online with PA 18 months ago, I was dismayed at the amount of bad language in the streams. Ah, dear. TT Foley, how you doing? Thank you very much for watching the show. Wish all you would stop pointing out the elves' hypocrisy. It's anti-Semitic. Ah, dear. Expletives are very necessary. They can be. I agree. They can be. It could be It could be a new funding stream for PA. A good point. Very good point. Total of 220 F words in 5 minutes last year, Chief Woody. Jesus Christ. So certainly more than I can do, but can't write without swearing. Indeed, that's very true. Corona. Yes, it's tomorrow. Right. So definitely. Tola will be streaming tomorrow at 9 p.m. Fair enough. Yes, I'm afraid so. On the edge of the park on its own, people are taking permanent markers to the QR scans, signs in shops, etc. It's making them unworkable. Ah, right. I see. What I showed yesterday on PA. Nobody is spoiling my family's Christmas. Fair enough. Thank Lord. Fair enough. Let's see here. Tola beats you on the swearing, Chief. There is a machine gun style delivering of his that makes the swearing more impactful. Fair enough. Ayatollah canceled his show last night. Yeah, I think it was maybe another stream he was on last night, but it was cancelled due to technical difficulties, from what I remember. But hopefully they might get that sorted out, and hopefully they might reschedule that stream for a later date. So we shall see with that. We shall see. Streaky Bacon, Chief Winnie Tola had a special stream cancelled last night as his guest had internet issues. Yeah, as I mentioned just now. Yeah, hopefully they might reschedule that at some point. So I swear, oh, when he needs to train if he wants to beat Tola. That'll be really funny. That I swear too much. But I spoke at dozens of BNP meetings. I never use bad language. Fair enough. Let's see, Chief Woody. We should produce a PA Celebrity Squares old school Saturday night family TV. That actually would be really fun. That I would definitely would love to participate in that. That'd be really fun to do. Actually, that'd be really fun to do, especially if it's something like for charity purposes. And that I would definitely support that. Definitely would do that. Let me see here. I think that's me all up to date with the chat just now, so that's really good. Perfect. Right then. PA Celebrity swears. I am working class, so swearing is second nature, but not in front of kids and women. No, that's fair. That's fair. Very fair point. I do agree with that. Anyone got the link to that Adam dude's website? Is this Adam Green who was on PWR? If it is, let me see if I can maybe find that real quick, and then of course share that for you guys as well. Let me see. Adam, oops, Green. Let me see here. Right. Well, it's not a link per se to his stuff, but it's for the link for the PWR episode from last night. But let me see if Mark posted anything in the. Okay. Adam Green is Gab, and also.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Oops.
Patriotic Weekly Review.
Let's see. Pause Mark there for a second. Right. So what I'll do, folks, is copy link address. I'll post Adam Green's Gab and also his BitChute. I don't know if he's got an Odyssey account at the moment, but let me just post these real quick here. And yeah, no more news. Yeah, that's the other name of the channel. For Adam Green in that case. So there's Adam Green's Gab, and then there's also his BitChute. Copy link address. I was out last night. I see. No worries. There we go. I actually do think he's got an Odyssey. What? No more news. Right. Let me try that. Yeah. Now even I'm also following him as well. So already. Let me just copy and paste that into the chat as well, so you guys can follow him there. And there we go. Perfect. So there you go. From Bill again. As a kid, I never heard my parents swear. Men swore together in work and in the pub, not in front of the women. Yeah, because it's all about the whole respectability with that. That's definitely fair. I definitely agree with the idea of never swear in front of kids or even women for that matter. It's not really, it's not a good thing to say the least regarding to that. So yeah, I do agree with that idea. Adam Green is a bit too against Christianity to win some people around to the good stuff. He says around to the good stuff. He says on the JQ again. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Let me see. I did catch a bit of the PWR episode last night, and it was still pretty good stuff from what I've seen last night. Really good stuff. I think it's lovely when men show respect around women and children. Yeah. I could see that. English Rose. I could definitely see that. So, let me see here. Just having a quick look at this stuff. I don't really have anything else to talk about. All the stuff I talked about on the show tonight being Daryl Brooks and the whole Waukesha attack, and also responding to Nick Ferrari's comment about the vaccination stuff and also the unvaccinated. I think we pretty much just covered that tonight. And also, we'll even also do it real quick and see if I can get Wesley's stream for tonight. Because I think he's streaming at 8 o'clock. Let's see here. Right, is it D Live or is it Odyssey? Maybe something different with that, right? Actually, I did see it on my Telegram. Sorry, folks. Let me just see if I can get that up here. It's just so that everyone is prepared to see Wesley's stream and then, of course, see from there. So, right. Let me see if I can find that to do with Wesley, right? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just a little bit tired. So, hopefully, I don't fall asleep after 8 p.m. tonight. Probably that might need to go to my bed at around 10 or 11, but I'm not entirely too sure yet. So, we shall see. We shall see. Can't really seem to find Wesley's stuff here. I don't know if anyone's maybe have already done it in the chat, but for Rory, what about the story concerning 9 Australians escaping the quarantine camp? Oh, that's news to me. I did not see anything like that whatsoever. I'll definitely have a look into that, but that's news to me, Rory. Thank you very much for pointing that out. From Max, BT wanting quotas for non-whites in jobs. I think before you buy BT, I did see something like that. Who was it that posted on Twitter? I think it was Felix Bordu that shared that with a few others. Because it was something hopefully that myself or someone who he shared it with could maybe talk about that at some point. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Craig and okay, it was another. Oh no, sorry. Okay, it was someone completely different, right? But someone, shared that story to me, and I did have a look into the article, but I couldn't read it due to the fact that I need to be a subscriber to the newspaper from the Telegraph, of course. But I need to have a subscription from the Telegraph to actually read through the article itself. So I could maybe look into that later on and see from there. But if I could find like a free version of it, I'll see if I can have a look into that later on at some point. So there was a question about the golden one at some from Noel. The golden one gives decent insights about how young men should behave, i.e., around children and ladies. He is a recent father. That's a response to English Rose. But no, that's definitely true. That could be someone that can maybe have on the show at some point in the future for future guests on the show. So let me see. Most women swear like dot workers nowadays, to be fair. Yeah, that's definitely true. It's disgusting. It's very, very unladylike, I should say, regarding to that. I actually does kind of turn me off whenever a woman like swears. Like, I think it depends on the context of it, of course. But if a woman just continuously just swears up and down like a sailor, it's like that really just put me off regarding to that. So. Maxwell Viking, I said fuck when I was 8 and my dad hit me on the shoulder, and I pointed out that he always swore, but he said only adults are allowed to swear. Yeah, I think I had a similar story to that as well. Like when I was a kid, of course not knowing about like the context of swearing or anything like that at all, but I would say, swear or anything like that at all, and of course I get told off. It's like, but you lot say that word. It's like, no, it's only grown-ups that only adults say that word. It's like, oh, okay. Of course, as a kid, you don't really know anything about that, but once you get older, you tend to realize, okay, I shouldn't have said that when I was a kid. But anyway, cheers, Chief, and respect to all. Got a clan battle coming up. Catch last bit on replay. No worries, thank the Lord. Thank you very much for watching the show live. I swear too much, but I detest hearing a woman swear. Yeah, same here, Indigenous. Same here. Let me see here real quick. Oops. Back onto here. Australians. 1 second here. Traditional woman for the win. I agree with that. I definitely do agree with that. Oh, 1 second here. I don't know what that's popped up for. Anyway, there we go. Right, back on to this part just now. We need it. We need to hear a lot more from Adam Green. He will bring loads on board. I agree. I definitely agree. Chief, hi Chief. How is the future Mood of the Nation guest list? Any updates on future guests? Good question, Noel, because I did ask someone It goes by the name of the Duke of Avalon. I did ask him recently if he still wanted to come on, but he saw the message but didn't reply. I don't know, but he didn't reply. I'm not entirely too sure if maybe if he was really busy at some point, or maybe he wasn't really interested. But either way, maybe another time. But we shall see with that. So we shall see. Anyways, moving on from there. But in terms of like future guests, I'm not entirely too sure who else to bring on, because I was hoping having someone like Duke of Avalon, who does cover more like more folklore type of videos, like British folklore, I should say. But let me see. As a matter of fact, hold on one sec. I'm just going to post the link for Renew Britannia's Odyssey channel, and then I'll also post that with DLive. If I see his stuff streaming live, I'll just share it in on Telegram as well. So I'll keep an eye out for that as well. And then I'll see if I can find Duke of Avalon's channel and give him a sub as well. So Duke of, it's nothing like political or anything like that at all. But as I said, it's mostly to do with folklore stuff, or British folklore, I should say. So, even though I asked him if he would like to be a guest on the future episode, but he still hasn't replied. I'll post a link for his channel regardless, so please give him a follow if you haven't done so already. If you're into British folklore, definitely give his channel a follow, so, and then see from there. I actually need to watch more of his videos, because what I saw from his channel at that point was like really good stuff. Really good stuff. Yeah, don't forget about the future Dank debate. Well, if that does happen, but Dankula is more focused on showing more like Mad Lad videos. So I don't know if maybe if he would be interested in the future debate, but we shall see. We shall see. Just a nice normal white female would be fantastic. I agree, John. I agree. Get Ricky Doolan on. I doubt he would want to come on, but anyway, so but that would be funny to have him on at some point. So get Kyle Rittenhouse on. I don't know, maybe, but we shall see. Spank the Dank. That sounds interesting. I love to hear British folklore. Well, give him a follow. We'll definitely give him a follow and watch his content. So maybe I'll have him on at some point. I don't know. I think I might need to see him at some point for the future in person, but we shall see. We'll definitely see with that. But the swearing might put off classy women joining us, though it did not deter Jodie. Well, good point. I mean, I think it just really depends with the person, but Chief should also consider a future female guest for the ladies of the chat. Well, yeah, I mean, I think like the only female member I've had on the show was Laura, but then again, that was because she was on with Sam as well, because I wanted both of them on at the same time. But there we go. But okay, but hey, there's always another idea of having a future female on the show. Like maybe she was on a stream last night with other women. Daughter of Albion at some point. Maybe, I don't know, maybe someone who's not British as well. Maybe someone who's maybe from America, or maybe someone who's from Europe or anything like that at all. Like the possibilities are endless regarding to that. So again, just need to wait and see regarding to that. So, oh, hold on 1 second. Just got a message. Oh, this could be something we could talk about as a final topic to discuss. This was brought to my attention from Kenny Smith, of course, from PA Scotland. If you're watching, Kenny, thank you very much for showing me this article. We could definitely have a look at this together and see from there. So, I'm not sharing the screen. No, I'm not. Right, that's fine. Perfect. Let me just see if I can get this up and talk about this. here, right. So I won't share the screen just yet, but I'll just read out what's been said. So this was from the Patriotic Alternative Scotland page on Telegram, which reads here: the lunatic left-wing destruction of our heritage and culture is constant. The latest target is the historic Black Bitch pub in Linlithgow, which I think I've drove past that pub before, and I was like, wow, it's actually called the Black Bitch, but that's pretty cool. So the reason why it's called the Black Bitch is because the pub is named after like a dog, like a specific type of dog. And of course, the term bitch comes from like a female dog, if I'm not mistaken. I might be totally wrong with that, but that's where it originated from, of course. But anyway, going back from here, and which is named after a heroically local greyhound in the 17th century. Well, there you go. Legend has it that the dog saved his master, who had been sentenced to starve on an island in I can't say this word, sorry, Linlithgow Loch. And I'm Scottish, and I should be able to say that. But anyway, owners Green King want to cave into the anti-racist Read Anti-White organizations who claim the name is racist, despite there being absolutely no racial connection to the pub's name. In fact, the Black Bitch also features on the town crest. It's actually so funny that because I was out with some of the guys with PA Scotland, and we drove past that pub before, the Black Bitch. We would talk about, and of course, jokingly say, "Oh, I wonder when they're going to try to take down the name of that pub." Because obviously it's not named after like a black bitch, but it's named after a greyhound that saved its owner back in the 17th century. And of course, as I said before, we are living in a complete clown world, and it's definitely the case of what's happening. A local petition has had large-scale support online, and we ask you to help the resistance by adding your name there. Well, and there's a change.org petition with that as well. So let me just click on that just now, and then I'll share the link in the chat as well. So, wow, a number of people have signed it already. That's actually a really, really good sign. So what I'll do is copy and paste that here. Was he supposed to change it to the dog of color? Well, it's quite funny that. But for those who haven't signed it already, there is the link in the chat just now. So please head on over to that change.org petition, and please sign it if you can. It needs, how much is it needing already? Is it 5,000 signatures? It's already up to 3,748. 8 or 9 is climbing at the moment, but please sign that petition if you can. I'll definitely be signing that later on and see from there. So the Black Hound, whoa, kitchen skillet, oh dear. Anyway, but there we go. So thanks again to Kenny Smith for sharing that article with me as well during the stream. That was much appreciated, and hopefully you guys can share the link as well. So and also please get it signed. I think it definitely needs to be signed as well. So definitely would appreciate that. Excellent stuff. Excellent. I'm also seeing the replacement names already. The Meghan Markle, the Duke and Jogger. Oh god, the Queen's head. Dear. Chief, 2 ladies from America / Canada that are good content creators to possibly look at getting on. Blonde in the Belly of the Beast and Robin Riley. Yes, both I am subscribed to, and I have watched their content from time to time. I know both of them also do a stream together called Motherland, I think it's called, or I think it's Motherhood or Motherland, but it's definitely good content as well. I don't know if they're doing content much at the moment due to I think that's Blonde in the Belly of the Beast. It's okay to say because I know she already mentioned her first name out there. Anyways, it's public anyway. So, whereas Robin, I think she is pregnant at the moment. I don't know if that's correct in saying that, but hey, it's a good idea to bring them on at some point. So Robin is now a mother. I know Robin has a son, and I know Rebecca has a daughter. So that they've talked about on that stream and also on separate other channels in the past on YouTube. So, but no, that's a good shout. No, I'll definitely see if I can have them on at some point. So we definitely shall see from there. In terms of having more more female centric guests on the show. So because I know I've had Laura on the show in the past, but if I actually need to have Jodie on at some point. I did ask her during the Scottish conference if she would like to come on the show at some point. So, and of course, I never really got back to her at that point. But anyway, so we'll definitely see if it's there. Let me see. We have 300 Spartans. I know who that is. It's Kenny. So our Claire, yes, our Claire. That's right. The Southwest Regional Organizer would make a great guest. Very positive and entertaining too. Yeah, I'll see if I can have her on at some point. I don't know if maybe the same time with Jodie, because I know her and Jodie have clean and pure product, with soap and all of that. But I'll definitely see if I can get to them at that and then have them on the show at some point. So that's a great list of names there. Who else could I maybe have on? I was thinking maybe also Brittany Selner as like a female guest on the show, but I know she recently had a kid, had a son. We even talked about that on the show before. Oh no, wait, sorry, was it Laura and Sam I talked about on Tea Time with Sam and Laura? If I actually think it might be that to be specific, but hey, when she does come back onto YouTube and produces content on a regular basis, I can maybe have her on, and maybe also having Martin on at some point, but. We definitely shall see with that. So, because I actually do really want to talk to them about the whole incident that happened back in 2018 when they were barred from entering the UK because of for reasons. But yeah, I could definitely have them on there at some point. But honestly, when it comes to the guest list, definitely bear with me with that. I'll definitely see who to have on at some point, and then again, we'll definitely see with that. Get Shazia Hobbs on, Chief. Maybe. I don't know if she still produces content or even active online, but good shout. But I'll see with that one. I'll definitely see. Yes, get Martin Selner on. Yeah, we'll see with that. So I do have a list of people I have that I really want to have on the show. People who have been on the show that have not been scrubbed out, and then people who have been on the show, of course. You have? I met him in Vienna. Oh, that's good. That's really good to hear. Interesting. Right. I'll definitely see if I can maybe have an updated list on people who have on the show at some point. So, ask Tommy Robinson. I don't know if that would go well, to be honest, considering where he stands politically. But you never know. I mean, we do live in a time where anything can happen at some point because, again, it's a complete utter clown world. But again, anything's possible at this point. Anything's possible. Shazia is on Gab. All right, that's fair enough. No, Tommy, no. Perfect. Holy fuck! I hope I never hear that name again. Well, it's bound to happen. You'll hear that name, from time to time at some point. But anyway, right, troops. I know it's just over 22:08. Unless if anyone else has any questions to ask me, I think I'll just end the stream there because I've not even had a shower yet after my work, so I really need to have a shower. So just so I can, obviously, refreshing myself after today. But Doskin, hey Moody, have you ever considered making free form videos in addition to your streams? I have been thinking about that. Of kind of going back to doing individual videos again. Because as much as I love doing live streams, especially when it comes to Mood of the Nation, I kind of want to go back to doing regular videos again, especially now that I've been doxxed by Hope Not Hate. I would say that I would definitely say that Wait, what's going? Oh, it's all because of the shower comment. Oh, sorry. Because I did try that before, but after I had my shower, I was late in coming on the show. So, and I think some people pointed out, well, why don't you just wait until you do the show first and then have your shower? So it's like, right, okay, I'll do that in the future. But anyway, sorry. Going back to what I was saying. Fuck, what was I saying about Oh, the regular videos, yeah. So because I've been recently doxed by Hope Not Hate, which again, thanks very much, Hope Not Hate. You've done goofed again. I think it would make it a lot easier for me to produce videos that has myself, because I've got tons of video ideas I really want to do besides Move the Nation live stream episodes. But the problem is that when I think about that idea I have for a video, I'm like, yeah, it's a great idea, but I think it would be better if it was just like me in front of a camera doing it instead of just like my avatar and some random thing in the background. But anyway, but I'll definitely brainstorm more ideas when it comes to doing regular videos instead of just doing Mood of the Nation on a weekly basis on Thursday and Sundays. But we shall see. We'll definitely see with that. And I actually wonder if I can maybe ask some of the guys from PA Scotland if they can maybe help me out with some of those videos, but we'll definitely see with that. But anyway, cool. So is there any other questions anyone would like to ask instead of the comments about, God, Moody, you smell, but... So, Chief Moody, you should look into ways for us to support you financially. Yeah, I've been thinking about that as well because of what happened recently, but I'm still working at the moment, and I think it's something that I've been thinking about maybe doing this like full time, whether it be both content creating and also activising when it comes to that. But I don't know. I might figure something out at some point, but we'll definitely see with there. But if it's something that I would like to do for the rest of my life, just doing this video making and also activising on as well, and also kind of all of that, and I would receive financial income with that, doing it full time. I would be very happy to do that. I'd be very happy to do that. But I think I'll just wait for now, and I'll even ask people from PA and all of that. Maybe ask them for advice about that if I really want to maybe move on to that eventually. But thank you for that comment, Rigor Mortis. I really do appreciate the idea of people would like to support me financially, which I really do appreciate that, guys. I really do appreciate that. At the moment, I'm still doing this for free because I love doing it. If it comes to the point if people would really want to help out or maybe would like to support me financially, again, that would be much appreciated. But I won't do that just yet. Maybe at some point in the near future, but we shall see with that. So, anyways, other than that, is there any other questions people would like to ask, or any other guests people in the chat might want to recommend? There's someone here from Indigenous Advocate recommends Tim White from Rabbit Radio. I think it was a stream Mark was on at one point, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll definitely see if I can have him on at some point with that. Yeah. I'm on a training schedule. Stop drinking now for 2 months. Good, going strong. Well, that's good to hear on your feed. That's really good to hear with that as well. So I'll come on your show, Chief. Oh, if you want to, sure. Chief Mankey, you nasty, Chief Moody. Dear. Chief Stinky, of course. Yeah, I got one. How was your day? It was all right. I was just working, of course. But I do get paid tomorrow, which of course I really cannot wait for that. And yeah, so it also just came to my attention that High Wraith Music just posted on her Telegram page. Both her and Olivia Key will be streaming live tonight on the Ivory Hour show. Let's see, next Thursday. Oh no, sorry, it's December 9th at 4 p.m. Oh, sorry, so it's not tonight. It will be their second episode on the 9th of December. Well, there you go. So Let me see. Any other comments in the chat just now? Have X Army Paz on. I don't know if he's a fan of me obviously because he's a Sivna. I know he and Calamity once had a beef with each other in the past, but I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. See, I get the reference. Pepe Le Pew reference. Guys, I'm not. It's not that bad. Okay, it's not that bad. Chief Moody, how do you feel about YouTube getting rid of the dislike button? I just think it's just a complete waste of time and energy with that. I know the real reason why they took it down because a lot of people, well, a lot of the corporate-owned videos, especially stuff with Joe Biden, that's been getting a lot of dislikes and likes. Of course, they would want to remove the dislike button because it shows that, oh, people actually like the video. But in reality, it's like, no, there's more dislikes than likes on that video. That's why they took it down, ultimately speaking. But Moody, are you thinking about maybe doing some streams with chatters coming in to talk with you in voice? Oh, like a live call type of thing. That's a good idea. It's something to consider, I would think, having like a live call type of chat. I don't know how that would be possibly be done because I think it might need to be something, maybe like I don't know how they would do it. The closest thing that people would do it on would be on Discord, but then again, I'm pretty iffy with Discord, to be quite honest with you. So I don't know if maybe I could do it with Discord, but I don't know. I'll figure something out with that as well, and then see with that as well. Let me have a look and see. Thank you, chat. Sometimes some support from our people is good and stimulating. Indeed, it is. On your feet, indeed it is. I heard that Tola was disappointed that he wasn't doxxed. Yeah, I mean, he was not in the article whatsoever. So, I don't know. Maybe someday. Well, of course, I do hope he doesn't get doxxed. Ultimately speaking, but you never know. Maybe someday, because even I was surprised that I was doxxed on the article. But hey, I'm still around, so it doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do. So there we go. I am thinking to start doing some streams early next year on current affairs, but I would hide my face for the time being. You didn't want to see my ugly mug. It'll leave you traumatized. Well, you never know, Exile Viking. You never know. So, great seeing Samelia speaking loud on Humberside in the clip. No, it definitely was good stuff there, Jennifer. It definitely was good. That. Sorry, I'm just getting my water bottle. Just have to quick drink off my water. Nice. There we go. I actually might make myself a cup of tea after the stream. Like, of course, a cup of Grammatalorus tea, of course. Doxkin. Morgoth was the only one, Hope Not Hate, wasn't able to dox. Were they just scrapping social media for people's faces? Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised of that whatsoever. So, let me see here. Anti-racist Hitler. Okay. Oh, I love them both. Definitely watching that. No free lunches, so you're. Oh, sorry. No free lunches, so you're a treat, Chief. Oh, thank you very much. Getting rid of the dislike button is a big freaking corporino. You can get a Chrome extension to show dislikes. I've heard that. Yes, there's an extension you can download where you can actually see the dislikes on the video. So there you go. It's to hide how unpopular the woke crap is. Exactly, Ugly Truth. Exactly that. Jason, or No White Guilt, takes live calls via Skype on his channel. Oh, so Skype would be another option to do that on. Well, that would be interesting. All right. Perfect. Well, I'll see if I can maybe consider that option, because I think it'd be nice to hear other people's perspective, especially you guys in the chat. If any of you want to maybe call in during that stream, that would be really cool to do. And actually, I can also be a complete idiot at times, because the whole point of the show is mood of the nation. So to have people watching the stream or other people who don't watch the stream or anything like that would call in and give their side or have what is their current mood of the nation at the moment, it'll be very interesting to do that. So I actually cannot believe I never figured that out until recently. I could, like I said, I could be quite quite slow when it comes to that. You know, a bit of an idiot, but that's just me. So anyway, anyway, let me see. I keep submitting block channel option, but the block dislike button instead. There's no such thing as anonymity in this game. Exactly that, Corona. Exactly that. Where did they get the photo of you from, Chief Moody? I believe it was from my personal Facebook page. Now, of course, my just to update that as well, folks. My personal Facebook page has been deleted or deactivated, so it's no longer in use. And mainly because I never use it anyway. So, but I would imagine that they must have gotten that photo from my Facebook page before I did that, which then begs the question, well, how long have they been looking into myself and other people who have been doxxed in that article? But again, it's something I don't really want to think of at the moment because it still happened. You know, you just have to move on from it at the end of the day. So, again, like I said to Kenny and everyone else who's from PA Scotland, yeah, I've been doxxed, but I'm not going to stop. It's not going to stop me from activizing, and it's not going to stop me from content creating also. Anyway, so doubt they visit anyone. CCTV everywhere. We even have it. Exactly, yeah. What's for dinner, Chief? To be honest, I'm not entirely too sure yet. I'll need to see what's there to have, and then figure something out. But we shall see. I would love that, man. I am not afraid to voice my opinion and stand for what I will. Oh, sorry. I would love that, man. I'm not afraid to voice my opinion and stand for what I say. Hence, on your feet, exactly on your feet. So, but I'll be honest, Chief. I visited you with a Martin Sellner style haircut and with a Martin Sellner style haircut and glasses for some reason. But that hat makes you look like an American cowboy. Oh dear. Yeah, it's just a vision. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No worries, but I was quite mortified with the photograph. It's myself, but again, it's out there, so never surrender, Chief. Indeed, never surrender on your feet. Never surrender. It's out there, so I think they have backstabbers doing their bidding for them. Well, I don't know. I ultimately, I really don't know on that fact, but we'll see with that. Saw them, Chief Moody. Hope not hate on the gadfly. Annoying but easily swatted. Exactly, yes. Does Shazai still get involved with PA/nationalism? Not seen her around for ages. I'm not entirely too sure, to be honest. People in the chat have said that she's still active on Gab, but I don't know if she's still active with nationalism or anything like that at all. But I don't know. So, but it suits you. Well, oh well. Thank you, Kenny. Chief Moody has the courage of his ancestors. Well, it's not just myself, by the way. A lot of people in our movement, even though they have been doxxed, but they even will stand their ground, and even they have the courage of their ancestors as well. So it's not just myself, but there's a lot of people in our movement that do have a lot of commitment, a lot of courage to stand for what they believe in regarding to that. And we shouldn't let a group like Hope Not Hate, or let's be honest, Hate Not Hope, try and to basically intimidate us otherwise regarding to that. So anyways, troops, that's just approaching to 8 o'clock already. So I think I'll just end the stream there. So I hope everyone has enjoyed tonight's episode. And I shall be back on Sunday, what date will that be? Sunday, the 5th of December. Sorry, English Rose. I'm so sorry, Chief. Please know you are loved and supported. Doxing is low and it can cause so much damage. It can be, yeah, which is something that, of course, I'm prepared for when it does happen. But, well, actually, it's funny because it happened last week with the article that came out, right? And yeah, for maybe for a couple of days, I was expecting the worst. I was Even though I was doxxed and all of that, I was expected to get pulled up from my work, whether it be on that same day I read the article, or maybe on the following Monday when I was back in, or I would get the police come to my house and of course for questioning and all of that. But you know what? Truth be told, folks, none of that happened, and I'm still shocked at that. Even though I've asked, Kenny and everyone else, that I know from PA, ask them advice. If it does happen with the police, what should I say? And it's just no comment all the way through. So, which is something. Of course, if that does happen, that's what I'll definitely be doing. Just say no comment, and that's it. So. But before that happens, again, nothing like that happened. I'm still at my work. I'm still working away. And I'm still earning my money for that, especially when Christmas is coming up. I actually don't know if I'll be able to, pay for the next PA conference regarding to that, which I think is happening in spring or in the summer, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I don't know. I'll still think about that. Hopefully, I can make it for the next conference, but we shall see with that. I support you from the other side of the channel, Chief. Well, thank you very much on your fee. I really appreciate that. Doc still is but no, honestly, folks, I really do appreciate the ongoing support from everyone in the chat, for people who watch the stream regularly when it's live, or even after the show ends, but they still watch it and still share my content. I really appreciate that from everyone. I really appreciate the love and support, and just know that I'll never stop doing what I'm doing. I will continue on activising for my people, for my country, and all of that, and I shall still produce more content on a regular basis. So whether it be behind an avatar, whether it be in front of a camera, regardless, I'll still do what I'm doing. So, and hopefully you all will appreciate the comments being said in regard to that. So. But anyway, enough of that. With that, Chief Mate, last P was in early March. Glad you're okay with your doxing, pal. No, I mean it happened. So you just gotta take it like it is, kind of thing. So and just move on from there, and just keep your head up, and just continue on to be strong for your people, of course. So. Reds are cowards, man. I could fight out loads back in the day. Pussies, well, of course they could be absolute cowards, those types of people. Anyway, sorry, folks. I'll just end the stream there. Let me just see if I can get a song to play us out with for tonight. Like I said earlier on, I'll be back this Sunday at 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. And hopefully I will see you all then. Until then, I will play... What's a recent song up in... Actually, should I play that? Because that's kind of like copyright music. Hold on. Let me just quick second here. Right. Right. I don't know if I'll get hit with a copyright strike with this, but you know what? It's a good song. It's a classic. I know you've seen this movie in the past for everyone in the chat, but I'll just play it. And I think it's actually something that reflects on our when it comes to PA Scotland, on our saying, embrace the struggle. I'm going to play this song by it's from the film Scarface, and it's a song called "Push It to the Limit." Something I think that fits perfectly with the theme of embrace the struggle, whether it be fitness or things that happened recently regarding to that with the article that came out by Hope Not Hate. I think this song perfectly encapsulates of what we should be doing, continuing on moving forward with that. So let me just also put the banner up here in terms of support PA, of course. And yeah, I shall end the stream there. So again, hopefully everyone has enjoyed tonight's episode. I'll be back this Sunday at 5 p.m. until 7 on the 5th of December. And I shall see you all then. So thank you very much for watching. You've been a wonderful audience. This is Chief Moody signing out. You have been watching the Mood of the Nation podcast, and I shall see you all on Sunday at 5 p.m. Take care, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, and good night.
the limit. Walk along a razor's edge. But don't look down, just keep your head or you'll be finished. Open up the limit. Past the point of no return. Reach the top, but still you gotta learn how to keep it. Hit the wheel and double the stakes. Throttle wide open like a bat out of hell. You crash the gates. Going for the back or beyond. Nothing gonna stop you, there's nothing that's strong. So close now, you're nearly at the brink, so push it. Ooh, yeah. Welcome to the limit. Take it maybe one step more. Our game's still playing, so you better win it. Push it to the limit. No one left to stand in your way. You might get careless, but you'll never be safe while you're still living. Welcome to the limit.